Hi, I'm Maya Goodman. Join me in my senior level English class. So I split this lesson into two parts. The first part is a discussion run by me based on student-generated questions. The second part is a focused look at a particular piece of text through the lens of symbolism. We want good, difficult, challenging student questions to be the basis of the discussion. So they spend the first 5 to 10 minutes writing to give them some fodder for their discussions later. So we went from that to groups of 4. They discussed what they had written in their warm-up.
What is the dream?
So, he's watching his mom out of the window as she gardens, and then, tulips start sprouting.
What page is that on?
It's on 104.
So take a white sheet of paper and write down either something you want to discuss as a whole class or something that was interesting that came up in your discussion. I think that the reason to have student-generated questions run your lesson is that students are inherently interested in what they select out of the text. And actually, normally what they select out of the text is what I would have them select out of the text as well. And so it's not like you're losing your autonomy as a teacher, you're just taking their interests and using that as a way to read the text. Someone observed, Toni Morrison writes Milkman like a 12-year-old even though he's 22 or 17 or 31. Why?
His character is innocent, and then as the story goes on and he gets older, he has all these different experiences.
Paula, what was the point you were making about gender?
Like how Pilot dresses and acts like a man.
So what evidence do you have for that?
We see she takes control, like how a man would with his woman.
I want to talk about the weird dream that's not actually a dream, where Milkman watches his mother get beat to death by tulips. I'm going to read it aloud, and as I do, I want you to take note of anything that could be a symbol. So remember, a symbol is something that's an object or a color or a thing that means something larger. From a raised hand, give me a symbol.
Soft, jagged lips. Pouring the coffee down the drain. Butterflies.
There's 2 types of symbols going on here. The first is sort of universal symbols, right? Like if I ask you, what does red symbolize? Blood, love, death, passion, all of, right? These are things that we know. What does red symbolize in the book? That's called a contextualized symbol. But I don't want to go there yet. I want to talk about the universal meanings. So this is the beginning of a longer lesson that's actually going to span a couple days, looking at archetypes. And so I want them to start looking at the symbols that they would associate with each character. So what I did was I passed out a series of handouts identifying different meanings of different colors, meanings of different seasons and objects, and I asked them to identify which symbol in each of these categories would map best onto your characters.
Are we starting with color? Blue. Any evidence? Where's she blue in the book? When he stabs the guy, she's a power, so. She stabs the guy on page 93.
Alright guys, I'm going to get your attention back up here. Your homework is to fill out the chart for that character. Alright, so you need to be writing down what the thing is and then the page number where you're going to find the evidence, because when you come back to class, I want your homework to inform what you're doing with the symbols. And then we're going to get into archetypes. Common Core reaffirms something that I really believe about teaching, which is that we come back to the same standards at different levels. What we're doing when we get them each new year is re-emphasizing and deepening their understanding, rather than just getting a new term or a new vocabulary word. And I really do believe that that's how learning works, that that's how we, as human beings, experience the world and how we learn is through deepening our understanding.